Yesterday morning, we woke up to find our entire campus being surrounded and enclosed by these fences. No one knew what was going on. I personally saw them around noon, starting to be put up, and soon checking social media, I realized they were everywhere. Every hall had them surrounding them. Many buildings were completely enclosed, apart from one small gate to let people in and out. It felt, as a student, it felt like just the biggest sign of disrespect from the university. They were deciding to treat us like animals. It was the first day of lockdown. Mental health was already fragile. No one knew what was happening. We were already having to come to terms with the fact that from now on, with our course, the only places we can go is our bedroom and our kitchen with 6 plastic chairs for 8 people. This isn't a way to live life and to treat students who are paying outrageous amounts of money to live in this accommodation. So there was a lot of anger amongst the student community, and around 1 p.m., 2 p.m., some students started to gather and decided that we should fight back, that we weren't just going to let the university do this to us. So at 8 p.m., about 1,000 students gathered, and the anger and the energy there at how the university had done this to us without telling us, without even trying to make it seem like they were on our side, it ended up with the fences all being torn down. I think the mental health implications of the fences was one of the worst outcomes from it. A boy already died this year on our campus due to lack of mental health support whilst he was isolating and finding through isolation. And the fact that this is their response just feels like they're playing too close with repeating history. The university brought us here because they knew that we'd be paying rent. They lied to us about face-to-face teaching, and now we're stuck on these campuses. If we wanted to go home and come back when face-to-face teaching resumes, then we'd have to be paying for an empty bedroom the entire time. And most people can't afford that. There aren't enough jobs going around. We're under a national pandemic, international pandemic even. It really felt like the university was telling us that this was us against them. And so I think, it was right that students showed solidarity for other students and actually took to the streets, took to the campus and tore them down ourselves. The Tories and the university have constantly tried to scapegoat students and blame us for spreading the virus, whereas I just don't understand how they would have thought that they could bring students from all around the country into a campus which is extremely hard to social distance within. We share a door with 4 other flats. I share a laundry room with 1,700 people. It's impossible to understand how they didn't think that there would be a coronavirus outbreak. Right at the beginning, there was minimal security to stop students socializing, and I just can't help but think that's because they don't care about our safety. They care about the money that they were making then, and the fact that now once students have paid their rent, they're slapping fines on students, £1,600 here, £200 there, on 18-year-olds and 19-year-olds for socialising, which just feels like they don't actually care about us as people. They don't care about our safety. They don't care about our mental health. The support to students whilst isolating was absolutely minimal at best. They didn't provide food packages until students were on their last days of isolation. My flat got our food package after 3 days after we'd finished isolating, and that was all food that went off within 1 to 3 days. They told us before that if we didn't have a friend that could go and get us food from the supermarket, that we should just wear a mask and go to it ourselves, which is not just unsafe, but it's completely illegal, telling COVID positive students to go to the shops. I think the fences represented so much more, and I hope from now that the university will actually treat us like adults and, open a dialogue with us. The fact that they never told us, the fact that they turned our campus into a prison, our campus, our home where we're paying to live. You look out your window and there's fences bordering you in, and no one will tell you why they're happening. It wasn't until 3 or 4 p.m. on the Thursday that we got an email saying they were for increased security. Yeah, I still don't understand how that makes sense. Other people were saying it was to stop different blocks mixing and socializing. I think the anger shown by the University of Manchester students and the solidarity for each other is what makes the student community strong. And I think that it was right that we protested last night, and I'm looking forward to see more like that.
Caging us in when we are being